It's Heresy Thursday once again, and it really does feel like perhaps the reign of the tiny lads is over for now because we have yet another full-scale Horus Heresy model in the form of the Dark Emissary, and look, I'll be honest, it's not quite as cool as last week's. Now the thing is, it's not a bad model either. It's not as if it's rubbish. It's not like it's just, outright bad. It's just last week's was, that was a tough one to follow. That was a tough one to follow because it was so good. And the Dark Emissary it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's alright. It's okay. It's fine. This is the man himself, and he's got a fancy staff. He's got a fancy thing on a chain. What is that? We'll have to read the article to find out, won't we? That's what's going to happen. And a sword, so that's nice. I will say, liking the cloth work here, liking the cloth work a lot. There's some nice cloth going on. Plus, we're starting to really get into the chaos trim side of things. Look at the edges of the greaves and the vambraces and stuff, and the shoulders. We're starting to get that little bit of spiky extra going on. It's a bit more prominent on this model than it has been in some of the others, and it's really starting to feel like this is very Chaos Space Marine, you know? Now, of course, other traitor Horus Heresy Marines have had Chaos stuff going on. They've started to look a bit closer to what we know as like 40k Chaos Space Marines, but I feel like with this one, it's particularly overt, right? There's a lot of stuff on here that is really very close to what we see from... Maybe not fully from the current side of the Chaos Space Marines, because they have changed quite a lot, but especially if you sort of used to play Chaos Space Marines back when they were basically just a tactical squad with spiky bits all over them, a gross, reduction there, but you know what I mean, the older ones, the ones that were around from 3rd onwards until the last lot, then this is fairly close to those, I feel. So the Dark Emissaries are effectively consuls who acted as Horus's watchful eyes and ambassadors across the galaxy. And a quick cheaty scroll down to the bottom reveals that it's a staff of dark authority. Sure. Okay. What a name. What a name for a bit of war gear. The Staff of Dark Authority. I don't know why that feels like kind of naff. I don't know why that seems like a naff name, but I don't know. It just sort of, it kind of feels like it is, and I don't know why. I think it's because it sounds so generic. It just seems so... The Staff of Dark Authority. It just sounds like a hall monitor. I don't know why, but I'm getting look, don't give me that. Look at the staff. Do you know what this is? Do you know what the staff is? Do you know what the staff... No, stop. Do you know what the staff... It's a staff... Right, shut up. Shut your face. It's a staff of dark authority. Do you know what that means? Yeah, you've got a staff. I mean, what are you talking... Of dark authority? Okay, fine, cool. Right, sure. We'll do what you say because of your staff of dark authority. Yeah, right. Didn't really expect to go so hard on the staff of dark authority, but there you go. Look, it's fine. It's maybe a little bit... Is it a little bit bent? Is it a little bit bent? Maybe it's not a little bit bent, but it's okay. It's fine. It's got the pointy star thing. It's got a nice skull in it. It's got another thing on a chain, which does he swap out what's on the chain? He's got another icon in his other hand on a chain. Can he just swap out which one is on the staff? Is there the kind of... Is the crescent moon there, which is I'm assuming what that's supposed to be, given that there's one on his leg as well. Is that the kind of... Okay, you are currently doing alright. You're fine for now, but then if the next time you see him after a discussion, he's got the other icon on with the skull and the moonlight the other way round and the chaos symbol behind it, is that the you've messed up symbol that he attaches to the Staff of Dark Authority to let people know that they're on thin ice and it could be bad? I would put money on that not being the case, but I've just decided that's how that works now. In my head, that's how that works, and you cannot persuade me otherwise. Overall, it's not bad. It's not a bad model. It's okay. I do like the extra bits of trim. That's really nice. I do like the way the cloth is moving. That's really fun. The head is fine. It's just a standard Space Marine bald head. I think they're pretty good at those at this point. Yeah, there's no tactical rock, which is good. It's okay. It's alright. I have to say the back view of the model looks really cool, the gilded skulls, those kind of runic... Are those the gang signs, the Chthonian gang signs that he's got on chains going over the power pack? I mean, it's pretty badass from the back. Also, you can see the pistol that he's got a bit better. Would that be, what do we reckon? Would that be, it's got to be a decent pistol, right? I don't know what the consoles get in Horus Heresy, but I'm assuming it's not just a bolt pistol. Then again, I could be totally wrong. Yeah, I mean, the other views, there's some nice details on there. There are some nice details. I do like the fact that it's only like a half cloak. They haven't done the whole back of the model, because I think that would be overwhelming if you had the skulls and chains and the cloak. That would be a bit much, and it also kind of gives them the opportunity to put a bit more visual interest in there with having the grenades and the holster and stuff. Yeah, I like that choice. I think that was the right way to go. And actually, looking at it from the back, having taken the Mickey, taken the Michael out of the staff of the Dark Staff of what was it? Staff of Dark Authority. It does look like we've got a little bit of stuff going up there. So it's got a little power generator. It's got two little wires going up to the top of the like skull icon. Does it literally force people to do what the guy says? Because that would be kind of badass. You wouldn't laugh about it then, would you? You wouldn't laugh about it then, because then he'd make you do something against your will, and it would be all because of the staff of Dark Authority. So, you know, you take the piss at your risk. Overall, a perfectly serviceable model with a slightly silly name for his staff, but that's fine. It's Warhammer. I mean, let's face it, so many silly names for so many silly things. To be fair, I did warn you that it was not quite as just overall 100% perfect as last week's, but you know what? Still okay. Still alright, and it's kind of nice to be out of the Legions Imperialis sort of role at the moment, and one day, I mean, just imagine this, right? One day, the Iron Warriors might get something. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that day where the Iron Warriors get something? That, I mean, no one's going to believe it. It's going to be classed as a hoax. It's going to become a conspiracy theory that actually the Iron Warriors never existed. But one day, we might get, like, a Praetor for the Iron Warriors. Can you even begin to comprehend what that would be like? Just sit on that for a while. Sit on it, and then maybe one day it might happen. Maybe, if you're lucky. It probably won't.